Nadia was doing her best to hide her anger from the crowd, but she was obviously furious with Ariana for interrupting the contest. Ariana shook her head. "President Alexander, you may not know it, but Kevin is from the Williams family in New York. 3 years ago, he colluded with outsiders to misappropriate family funds. After being expelled from his own family, he latched onto the Jones family in Chicago and started draining their funds too. Then, not too long ago, he had a big fight at his cousin Monty Aspinwall's wedding. His cousin's marriage ended in failure because of it. Then he got a bunch of criminals to ruin the Williams family's business." She continued to rail against Kevin. "The worst thing is that he went to his family's mansion in New York with his gangsters and fought with his own grandfather, injuring a lot of his own family members in the process." What a joke! Kevin's actually the loser who got himself kicked out of the Williams family? Sherwin Blair said with a laugh. In the crowd, Kevin's associates turned to each other in confusion. Dalton then stared at Kevin. He knew that his spiritual brother couldn't be the bad guy in all of this. Something else was definitely going on. Officer Emmett's disappointment showed on her face. She really wanted to believe in Kevin's character, but these were some pretty strong accusations. She tried to keep an open mind about it. With an ethereal power, Kevin slowly shook his head. "Ariana is mistaken. I have never done any of those things. This is all a big misunderstanding." "Misunderstanding? Is your grandfather framing you, or is the whole Williams family framing you?" Then, with a disgusted look on her face, Ariana sneered. "If you didn't do anything, why were you driven out of your family?" Taking a deep breath, Kevin thought to himself, "Ariana is ridiculous. She is stating these false accusations without any real evidence. My greedy family has been publicly trying to make me the scapegoat for their failures. I'm tired of letting them take advantage of me. I'm going to put an end to things right now." "He deserves to pay for his crimes," Ariana screamed at Kevin. With a powerful nod, Kevin gave a soft smile. "Ariana, I'm sorry to say that you fell for my family's lies. What evidence do you have to support your accusation?" Nadia looked at Kevin and then back at Ariana several times. She thought for a moment and then announced, "I'm sorry, Ariana, but you'll have to calm down. Since there's nobody from the Williams family here right now, none of what you said can be verified." Then Nadia turned to Kevin and said, "Well, the contest is over for this year. Come along with me." There were some things that she wanted to say to Kevin, but not in front of so many people. For one thing, as she stopped Ariana's dagger, she was aware of Kevin's strength. There was something special about him. The two of them walked over to the Herbalist Society's tent, which had been set up near the fountain. Kevin looked around the tent and wondered what Nadia wanted to discuss with him. "Kevin, I'm asking you again. Would you like to be my student?" Nadia walked over to the tent flap and looked outside while Kevin remained silent in thought. Then she continued to try to convince him. "You really need to join our society. What everyone saw today will draw a lot of attention from some very powerful people, both good and bad. There are some evil individuals who won't let you go so easily, but we can protect you from them." "Aren't you afraid of provoking them?" Kevin asked in surprise. "You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into by revealing your talents like that." Nadia turned around and smiled gently. "For a talented herbalist who can create a perfect primal pill in half an hour, you can't afford to offend the experts from all 10 major herbalism schools." "What did you say?" Kevin was shocked to hear Nadia call his pill perfect. "Don't you think I can tell a good pill from a bad one?" Nadia smiled enigmatically. "I'm sorry, but I did it to protect you." "To protect me?" Kevin was obviously stunned and asked her, "Or are you just protecting the schools?" Nadia wasn't surprised to hear Kevin say that. "I'm not sure you understand the consequences of what you did today." She took a deep breath and explained the danger Kevin was in. "There are a lot of people who would do absolutely anything to have access to your skills. Their only goals are money and power. If you let them know your true talent, they'll try to win you over and then use you for their own evil plots. They'll take everything they can from you and then toss you aside." When Kevin heard this, his eyes grew wide. What Nadia was saying was absolutely right. Kevin could easily be on the run for the rest of his life. He'd probably have to get a new identity. Only for him, that would never be an option. He couldn't leave his wife Lily behind, not after everything they'd been through. "But if you choose to join the Herbalist Society, things will be totally different. Nobody would be able to touch you." Nadia said this confidently, and Kevin could see the sincerity in her eyes. Since Nadia was still young, she had some pretty lofty goals in the society. She was good at training students, and someone like Kevin could help her to move up in the ranks. But Kevin's reply pulled the rug right out from under her. "I'm sorry, but I'm really not interested," Kevin answered her casually. "Well, I can see that your mind is made up, so I won't keep you any longer. But I promise you one thing. Our door will always be open if you change your mind." Nadia smiled very genuinely and added, "You can leave now. I'll arrange for someone to give you your prize for the contest." "You'd better give it to Professor Colt. To be honest, I'm not interested in the top 3 awards at all." Kevin turned around and walked out of the tent. As Kevin walked away, Nadia's smile grew wider. What a wonderful student he would be. Kevin was extremely upset when he got home, and he spent the rest of the afternoon sitting on the sofa with Lily. Even though they were still figuring things out, she was still the most important person in the world to him. And on a day like today, he needed her comforting presence more than ever. After Lily had gone to bed, Kevin's phone rang. It was Spencer, his deputy from the Myriads organization. "Why are you calling this late?" Kevin asked. Spencer took a deep breath. "Your plan went very smoothly, Enforcer. The Hill family has been removed from Detroit. We took over all their industries and businesses. Craig Hill was killed, and we abducted all of his children." After thinking for a while, Spencer went on to say, "Unfortunately, Nolan Hill somehow managed to get away. But you can rest assured that he probably won't make it through the night." "Forget about it. The Hill family's been destroyed. Even if Nolan survives, he won't be able to do anything," Kevin said happily. Then he asked Spencer, "Have you checked the family's property?" "Of course, Enforcer. You may not know it, but the Hill family had a pretty bad reputation in Detroit. They really made a lot of enemies. Plus, they were selling illegal goods, luxury knockoffs, things like that." Spencer was excited to tell Kevin everything he'd found out. "Spencer, please remember that we have to draw the line somewhere. Now that we've taken control of the Hill family's business, we have to treat their employees and local residents really well so we can improve our image." Kevin paused for a moment and then gave Spencer another order. "One more thing. Shut down all those illegal companies and get them producing more legitimate merchandise. I'll send you some help." Kevin excitedly hung up the phone and called Tyler Cook and a few other business associates. He wanted them to send some of their people to Detroit to straighten things out. The next morning, Kevin drove to campus. As soon as he entered the classroom, he realized that something was wrong.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.